Time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Everest Funeral Concierge. We'll start with Team Fleury out of East St. Paul, the curling club. Skipped by 32-year-old Tracy Fleury, who moves over from Northern Ontario for a first season with Kristen McCush, Liz Fife, and Selena Negevin. Jennifer Jones from the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg, backed up, of course, by Don McEwen, Jocelyn Peterman in her first season with the team, and Caitlin Laws. On this Sunday morning, just the two games, of course, the chance to win all the money, and the first $1,000 was a bonus for draw to the button. All the teams practicing on Thursday. Cumulative total, Jennifer Jones winning that $1,000 to rank the teams, then followed by Scheidegger, Einarson, and Fleury. As a result of that, Jones being seeded number one, she had the choice today in this final of stones or hammer, and she's elected to take the hammer, so she has it. Fleury gets the blue rocks, and we're ready to get it underway. And this first skin, we take everything from yesterday, double it. So we're playing for $2,000 here in this first end of play.
A good start level of comfort for both teams, with Fleury getting the blue stones that she played with in the semi, Jones getting the yellow that she played with. That gets you off when you haven't had a lot of games under your belt. It gives you a chance to at least know the rocks that you're comfortable with and have moved any around that you didn't like.
That's been the amazing part for me, how good Hans has made the ice and how good every team, even the ones like a Gushu that didn't win in their color, Mike yes, he did. Mike didn't win any money but played well. All the teams made that adjustment. We see in a Scotties and a Briar. It takes a game or two to really get going, and they don't have that luxury here.
No, and Brad Gushu told us, or Brett Gallant told me yesterday in seeing him, he said that's what caught us. We, Brendan Botcher and the team had it figured out much quicker. And then, although Gushu won the last skin, that was too late. He had already lost that semifinal.
Top four, getting better. Still not great, but yeah, better. Hard, Caitlin. Finish it. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Hard. Go, 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 go. Bite center. That's good. That's good. Good. Nice shot.
And there he is, the veteran ice maker, Hans Vutrick from Gimli, Manitoba. How many years have we seen him? And now, after all his experience, he's part of the ice team for many of the world events, and he will be making the ice. He'll be heading to China in a few weeks to, again, prepare what was the swimming venue for the Olympics in Beijing. That will now be the ice cube, and that's where the curling will be in 22.
Very nice.
He's telling me all about it. I said, so what did they do, fill up the pool? And he says, no, they basically took steel girders, and they went from edge to edge, and they built a floor on top of that, so people will be sitting right on top of the sheet of ice. But the pool will still be there, and once that's done, they'll take it away, and the swimming pool will be a pool. Yep.
That's quite the facility.
I think this is good. Kristen McCush had a great, she played 83% in their game against Einarson. I think this is what you're going to have to see from her to run head-to-head with Don McEwen, and she's already got a great start. Tight center guard and a really nice freeze. Don probably came in a little deep on her first.
If you're not familiar with skins play, we are using the 5-rock rule, playing just 8 ends. 30 minutes thinking time, 1 60-second timeout. To win a skin, if you're Jones, you need to score 2. If you only score 1 Jones, well, we'll carry over. But if you're Fleury, you have to. You can steal that skin with a single point. So Jones with last rock, playing those yellow stones. Has one in position, sitting at the back edge of the button.
Right now. Lots of room, guys. Not curling yet. Top 8. It's not moving. Selena, you'll have to finish it. Yeah, it's really not curling.
You get out extremely wide here, almost edge of 12. It takes way too long to curl. And then a little tighter, it goes up much farther. It's a tough spot.
Okay.
Great speed.
in there. I think we do this, don't you? Yeah. Back line. Okay. Do you like that? Yeah. Or just draw in there. Okay, I don't mind the draw. Yeah. Whichever one.
I really like that from Caitlin. This is the weight when you started to play that back line to hack weight that started to get really tough on the skip, putting the broom down. But if you can, you just saw a draw come in there. So if you just play the same shot, it's a little easier
to gamble on throwing a little bit harder, and it paid off.
Look at this.
Got a little rub, little roll. So let's take a look at the keys to the game now, and we will start with Tracy Fleury.
Well, I think speed read for sure. You need to figure out the ice as quick as you can. You're in a sudden death final for big money, and it's going to be who catches on the quickest. And then we just talked about it, limiting your weight choices. I think rather than having a hack and a back line and a board, if you can kind of limit it to a straight draw, to a normal hit, and maybe a board weight, it'll give you better chance to read the ice and figure it out.
Trying to tap it up. Is this the winning shot? Oh, and gets close enough. Have a look round. Oh, I still think it's that yellow that's at the back edge. That's your shot rock at the moment, so we're carrying over presently. Let's take a look at the keys now for Jennifer Jones.
Well, as witnessed last night, make the right one. Jennifer wasn't that stellar for her standards, but you've got to be able to make that key one 6th, 7th, 8th, and the skipper has to make that if you're going to win this thing. But use your strength. There's your strength right there. Caitlin Laws, 89% last night, Cheryl, in the skins game. That's just off the charts. The shots are so hard, and it's not just that. It's all the other intangibles she brings to this team.
Keys to the game brought to you by Kubota. Quality built, precision made.
Really hard. Real hard.
This is where it does curl.
Right, it's that center line magnet.
Crashing all over that center guard.
They just watched a really wide draw hang forever. So you just assume with a bit of weight it's going to track, and it doesn't. In tighter.
They're first, we're second. You think guard the yellows?
So confirming that, in fact, Jones is sitting the 1. Needs 2 for the skin.
Double and roll hair on top of ours.
You like that? You like the double at all? Roll on top of ours hair? Yeah. Like even if you just... Yeah.
I don't mind the double, but I don't know how you're going to roll on top, Cheryl. I think you're going to roll a lot farther than that.
Christina, you got it?
You got to hit about thick half of this one. You're going to roll quite a ways, aren't you?
You got it?
Still a good shot. Should curl also.
9. Yeah.
Selena Negovin. Selena Katz up until May 12th last year when she married husband Connor. And we'll run it by. Taps her own up, but now it looks like, in fact, that little tap has moved the blue up, and they, in fact, are the shot stone. So for the moment, Fleury has the skin stolen.
That worked out really well for a miss.
Pretty crafty.
Saw Selena when she came out. She just didn't get out to the broom at all. And as we said, that center line makes it even worse.
Yeah, let's play that. Nut it here.
As thin as I can, basically.
Yeah. Turn do you like?
I think the out. Peel at it.
Building is a little chillier today. The curling club, part of the recreational center, the 4 sheets usually. It's minus 26 as we walked in the building this morning. Lots of glass here, so some of that cold is making its way into the curling club. Got one, and we'll have it surrounded now. Shot rock at stake.
Threw it to get some finish. I didn't want.
Doubled everything from yesterday. 21 to 42,000, and of course, the winner's bonus of $15,000.
Oh, 10, 10, 5. 10, 5. 10, 5. Yeah. 11.
This is a big hold now for them. If they can just punch this by, avoid disturbing. Oh, now they've separated them, Russ.
Just a little quiet.
Yeah, they didn't want to do that.
Okay.
No, double there.
Okay.
It might go clearly by, too.
Yeah, I think there might be enough room.
Yeah, it's basically hit and roll. This should jam back here. We might not get this one out, but as long as we lie 2 in the house. Here? Sure.
That's why I didn't mind Jocelyn's miss, because even though, you know, she was trying to play in the house, but she took off the center guard, it opens it up, and you're not running scared. And that's the advantage for the Fleury team, is that center guard.
Close.
Caitlin can clip that back blue and really, really thin.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, it's got to come up.
Okay.
And it just holds there, and she picks off the top one. You know, Cheryl, we always talk about patience, particularly at this level of the game. You have to be more patient, more so in skins play?
I do. I think you can set up shots a lot longer. You don't need to get to shots so early in an end. You can set the wall up, and then you use kind of the late game heroics from a skip, especially a skip like Jen or Tracy, to draw the pin or play a tap back. So it's trying to resist the urge of always wanting to get to be shot too early in a game.
So where do you want it?
Tight.
Okay.
It's nice here.
Yeah, speed's good. So 425.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be close. Got it?
Won $13,500 in that
2.5.
semifinal yesterday morning.
Should slide okay.
2.5. Mine's good.
We had $11,000 the skin, and we had to go to a draw to the button for it.
2.5.
Fleury just grabbed the top
Yeah, a little bit.
of the button.
Finish. Yep.
Anderson elected to use their lead,
Yep.
Brienne Mayer.
Yep.
And she just slid that little bit too deep, went back 4, and so gave the skin and the win
Yes, our face.
to Fleury.
I thought that was a really smart move.
Do you think that'll with just back 4? Even if I'm here, then I got to run and I got to pick.
Yeah, that's true. If we can just tap it edge to edge. Okay, you got it. Speed's nice.
Couple of things here, Russ. The guard,
Just too
considering
long,
the
right?
amount of curl, could they have been tighter?
You guys like playing a
And the other thing was, remember I said to you, on that one shot, I think it was Selena's shot, they actually unlocked them. So now there's a little bit of room here for Jones.
Yeah, that's what helped. If they didn't unlock them, Jones would be in big trouble here. And the guard is perfectly lined up, but ideally a hair closer to make this shot tougher. But this is no picnic. It's overburied.
I don't think he'd like to picnic on a day like this.
Too cold.
Yeah, you'd be eating just frozen foods.
There's no wildlife picnicking out there.
Gotta be T-line, line straight. Gotta go.
Okay, go
Little
then.
curl.
Line straight.
Walk it on, yep, gotta go.
Don McEwen, Jocelyn Peterman,
Hard! Hard! Hold it, Don, hard!
trying to hold it, and they do. Now, take it down. Have you got enough to put it on the corner? And she does.
Good throw.
Guys.
Just perfect. Would love to have been shot.
Yeah, there's no way we can protect both.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Where would you
I
like
think just a tight guard.
Okay. Just a 3, Trace? The 3?
They just heard them say there's no way we can guard both. And what she's saying by that is Jennifer taps that goes out, or Jennifer throws a pick and kicks that blue one out. But there really is. You could. It's a little scary, but you could come down, kind of do that, roll over that way, and that would take both away. Not easy.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take away the one that Jennifer just threw.
Yeah, they are, and I think the pick's definitely the tougher of the two, especially that track. We've seen rocks just run dead straight down there with weight.
Yeah. I think she's trying to hook it.
Probably more of a guess on the intern side.
Jennifer under her breath say the run back's also a shot. That's definitely there too.
2.5. 2.
So can you take that away by just tucking this around a little bit? Would you try that? Or?
Absolutely.
Tire. Need to finish it a bit, Liz.
Look like it's going to curl that much. So.
Right over. Right over. Hard, Kristen. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
Okay. inch? Yeah.
Yeah.
What looks better, the straight run or the pick?
I say a straight run.
Straight run. That pick looks tough.
I think the run. I guess I feel like
Would your pick be better through the hole, or is there not enough room there?
No.
yeah,
It's tough. It might be there.
Or, but then you might overcut. It's hard because you're right on that center line.
And you said yesterday there's a magnet there.
It just
Problem with
grabs
the
when you
run is
get
I gotta make
close.
sure that
yeah.
theirs goes. Like
Yeah.
we might lose them all. Oh, piece 9.5.
Go.
When I say the pick, the angle raise, I guess, is what I was referring to. Would you play through the hole to onto the yellow, onto blue?
Oh yeah, it's there, but that's with the curl, as Cheryl mentioned, in that particular spot. That port's really small.
Little big. 9. Yep.
Final stone, little big, little hot out of her hand. Jennifer Jones, Peterman, McHugh. Law's calling them off. Back on now. Have you got this pick for the skin? Have you got it? Oh, yes, and it'll roll far enough. Patience. Wait for your chance and then make the most of it. Yes. And the opening skid of $2,000 will go to Jennifer Jones. She just loved it. So the guy in the back saying, so whose idea was it to have a picnic up here? Are you out of your mind? We are in Banff for this year's TSN All-Star Curling Skins game, and a key shot early. But again, you know, we're going to talk about Super Bowl, Tom Brady. Who do you want to give that ball to? Who do you want to give that last rock to?
No question about it. This is not simple. A little bit of a straighter spot, but there is pebble. Just gets it by the top one.
And that is good enough for the skin of $2,000. The key shot brought to you by Meridian, your partners for on-farm, industrial, oil storage, oil field storage, and handling. So number 2 will also be worth $2,000, and in this case it'll be Fullery that has the last rock. She has the hammer. Playing the Bluestones, she'll look to score the 2. Kristen McCush.
Jennifer set that one up with a perfect freeze on her first shot, Cheryl, which gave her options on the second one.
That's fine.
Ski line maybe. Top 4. Just top 4. Coming down.
Clean at the end if you can. Look here.
Right,
Then
top
a little
four.
bit at the end if you can. You gotta finish it.
line.
Go,
line.
Selena. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Good. Nice weight. 14-2.
Okay. Straight freeze. If we
The
tap it
optional
around,
shot
that's good
that
if we've got
you know
line.
Tracy
T-line.
could throw on this first one would be sort of a tight guard, like a corner guard, but tight. Something that's usable. You come in this early, and as we talked about, leaving Tracy some options to draw to, you start to get shut down if Dawn makes these freezes.
Second top 4. T-line. Close for line. T-line. Line only. Whoa. Top 4. Back 8. Not curling. Back 8. Yeah, for tapping, nothing. No.
Whoa.
Yeah, go ahead. Not on it yet. Yeah, go.
Try not to tick it behind the guard.
Okay, good. That's fine. Yep.
And punches it out into the open.
A foot and a half left.
Back
Yeah.
4, so Fleury has 1 of the 2 she needs.
It's pretty close.
Top 4. Top 4.
Line's great. Top 4. Half in the 4. Here it goes.
Close. Yeah. Top 4.
A little tighter line than Don McEwen's.
Guys, just for weight. Half in the 4. Selena, you need to go.
Really, it's close.
Selena, finish it. Or, yeah.
Yep.
Hard. Half in the 4. Yep.
We're there.
Nice shot.
Good.
Very nice.
So I like it.
Go here.
Oh, okay.
Do we ever just run it?
Yeah, that was the other shot. Do you like the run?
I like the run, yeah.
Okay. Which turn do you like?
I like the out.
Okay.
That's
Dawn put her stone in a perfect spot for this shot. It's not too long. It makes it a lot easier. Wasn't in enough that they could hit it, but it's tight enough to be able to use, and it's a short run.
McEwen. Laws.
Okay, whoa, right out, right out, right out, right out, right out. Okay.
And right out.
Okay, Joss. Guard for now, or?
You like that?
It's a long time to.
I like throwing a guard, though.
It's an interesting dilemma here,
No.
10.
Russ.
Okay. Just a little
You know,
fault
you're
mileage.
you're
Yeah, you got it.
you're sitting in a pretty good spot here. You've got your 2 that you need for the skin. It's in your pocket. Do you start protecting it, trying to survive, or do you do what she was suggesting and maybe go to the outside and play to the edges a little bit?
Yeah, it's a very tough situation. 6 of one, half a dozen another. Guarding makes a little more sense, but you really hate to throw a center guard in a skins format. Hitting, sitting 3 sounds good. But when you're playing a team like this, Jones, with the weapons they have, this probably will end up with a carryover.
Well, here you go, Cheryl. They're grouped.
Okay.
They are, and there's the opportunity. You can get out of this maybe with a triple. You heard Liz say it seems a little early, and what she was meaning by that is to try and hold the deuce this early in the ends. I think she was leaning towards throwing the center, kind of guarding those 2 shot stones up.
But that could backfire too, couldn't it? You know, and they still have to make this thing.
Whoa! Hard! Whoa! Roll it, John. Roll it. Atta girl. Really good, Josh.
Judy, nice job. Good girl.
Very nice.
Not sure how we're getting 2 here.
Think just here for now? You got it.
Now you get a chance to spread them out a little bit more.
Yeah, I like this call a lot. You know, if Jennifer chooses to play that easy tap, there will be a yellow double.
Just tee. Top 8.
Even if it drops for a corner guard, it's something they can use.
Here goes. Line's good. A little in front of tee.
Okay, sliding okay.
A little bit in front of tee.
Take a look.
Tee line.
Sliding.
Whoa. It's great. Good spot. 14-7.
Nice throw. Worst shot.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
Or just peel it out?
I don't mind nosing it or
Okay.
whatever.
Here?
Sure. I don't think this will do much here. It's a little wide.
Whoa.
Maybe 9.5.
Oh! Off, Joss. Okay, that's fine.
Roll it right
Roll
out.
it right out,
I
Joss.
think this is a fascinating skins matchup because Jen is just patient because of experience in playing skins, and she knows she doesn't have to push to get skins too early, and a carryover's fine. But Tracy Fleury is just that personality. She's patient. She doesn't push too hard. She doesn't get too panicky about everything. So it'll be interesting that I don't think you'll see her try and push too much and take some risks.
Patience for sure. Down 5-1, gives up a 5-ender in the Scott Turn My Heart final in Manitoba. That's patience.
I heard her, they did an interview with her after, and I heard her say, we just knew that because it was early that we had chances and we could come back. She was never, and I really believe she wasn't panicked about it.
Mine's good.
Good demeanor for a skip.
Maybe. Right to my room. Top 8. Hard. Yeah. Top 12 only. It's there. Good, Selena.
What was that, Chris?
I didn't get that one.
Okay. Curled a lot earlier.
Try to roll it a hair.
Okay.
Same weight?
Yeah, was that close?
Yep. Okay, I thought you were positive, too. Do you like this ice, or do you want less?
No, I think that's
I like
fine.
the same throw. I'll give you less.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how your players throw typically, and she knows that that's Caitlin's in-out a little bit release.
Yes! Yes!
Just tighten the ice up for it.
Hard! No roll.
McEwen trying
No
to-
roll. Needs to sit.
Keep it on the
That's good.
edge, and does, and look at this roll.
Thanks, Caitlin.
It's the angle of the stone, though, Russ. The yellow stone on the blue that makes it really tough for
Sorry, I didn't think
Fleury, doesn't it?
deserved
Yeah, it really does. And she can't hit the one that's corner frozen.
You got it.
It rolls away, and so they have to go after the shot rock here.
Do you, Cheryl, at some point in time, if you're Fleury, saying, look, it's not setting up for me here. play that shot and just get rid of them and look for the single with your last to carry over.
Well, yeah, she's not in a lot of risk here. There's no center guards for Jones. There's no real chance to steal. You could take a chance, try and maybe tap that and roll away and hope they miss a double. Worst case, you carry over and move on.
Is that straight spot?
It's giving everybody fits on that motion, and you'll say, "Oh,
You guys like the guard? Yeah?
Play for the carryover.
Or we just hit and roll? That was my first thought.
Guard's pretty dangerous.
Do you like
For
guarding
top
down?
12 in front of it, like tight in front of it.
I just would hate to leave her the double
Yeah.
as long as we're tight.
Only thing would be if we're guarding this side, then we'd be guarding theirs if they make the run.
But then I should be able to corner freeze that.
Okay.
Right there, it's kind of a guess.
I know.
Do you like hitting it?
I don't mind this. It's good.
What do you
I
think,
think
Trent?
that should be close, Jen.
Yeah, I heard
Should go
Caitlin
with
say under her
it.
breath,
Yeah.
maybe we just play for the carryover, so just hit it. There's a risk with this.
That's all.
Yeah, there certainly is. Jennifer's still got to make it.
You like
An
less?
overcurl's not good either because they can hit well
Fraction?
behind that corner that you're throwing. And if this slides in the rings,
Fraction
it makes the
Less, no less.
double easier. So maybe a couple feet short with the perfect line.
I just think this is a tough shot second end. And you haven't played out to the wings like we've seen more into the forefoot.
Need to be tight.
Line's good.
Feet. Needs to finish.
Line's good. Just
That's
clean.
not bad. It's pretty close.
Let's
Leave her tight. It needs to finish a long way
Easy.
here. We're tight. Tight. Really tight.
Just clean. Line's great.
Hard. Hard line.
Yep.
Not in. Hard line.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Hard line.
Hard, both of you.
Hard.
Nice shot.
Nice try, Jen.
I guess if you can do that, it's a good call.
It is.
Perfect. Good scrub, guys.
It is perfect.
Nice shot.
Okay. Yep.
Takes a long time.
Throw the out. Okay.
You might be able to make the double and roll in.
Yeah, and they had to go to get the line to bring it tight so that they didn't leave the yellow exposed. Yeah, it's close, Russ.
Okay, the run. Yep.
Okay.
You just got to
Are we trying to roll on? Or
run it back and
it's
just cross
possible?
over
Okay.
the nose, do you?
Stay with me.
Yeah, just a hair high side, and you're throwing that turn that gives you a bit of a gear
Okay,
effect.
got
It's a
it.
little livelier turn, so it might roll far enough with. They're talking peel here. I think it will.
Yeah, just stay center line side slightly.
Let's make that double. That's the hard part.
So a little bit of the gear effect. Do you know if there are blue hone inserts in these?
Yes, yeah.
They are?
Here.
Close. Yep. Close. Yep. Close. Yep.
Third. Bakush. Little bit from pipe now. Run it back. Across. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
She didn't get them both, but she leave her own stone as the shot rock for
finish.
the moment. So you have a carryover situation.
Close.
It just over curled on her.
It's basically edge to edge, but yeah, just make it go. Okay.
We can get some finish at the end.
How hard are you throwing it?
A 10. You guys like that ice for that?
Yeah.
Weight's good. Close. Close.
Yep.
Yes.
Hard. Hard.
Jennifer Jones last. This is really a struggle here, trying to hold it up. Now here comes that corner. Here it comes. Oh! And again. How often do we talk about the ability of a Don McEwen, Jocelyn Peterman, and the stones that they save for Jennifer Jones?
They saved that one for sure. I thought it was on the guard. They brushed this so well. Oh,
Thanks.
Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
Team Fleury had to hit and roll out in this spot, so they should have this figured out.
Needs to hit and sit right there for the carryover. Final stone for Tracy Fleury.
Keep it down. Whoa. Clean.
Be a hair down, but
First year after moving over from Northern Ontario.
Hard leg, you gotta go.
Fife stays with it. Oh, you can't roll too far. And away she goes. She didn't have it figured out. And so Fleury will give up the skin and the steal. 4,000 Jones leads it.
no, yeah.
And while we are here in Banff, the World Cup, the World Championship event is going on in Sweden. Congratulations to Matt Dunstone as he wins over Nicholas Adine in the men's final. So Dunstone will take that momentum on to the Saskatchewan Playdowns. And congratulations as well to Katriana Sahaidak and Colton Lott as they win the mixed doubles event. Darcy Robertson was playing in the women's event representing Canada out of Manitoba, of course, and coming off a very stressful Manitoba women's playdown. She did not qualify. Currently, it's Anna Hasselberg, the Olympic gold medalist representing Sweden, playing Minji Kim of Korea as they play in the sixth, and it is currently 4-3 for Kim. So we go to the third now, and after that steal, Jones leads with $4,000 in the bank. This third is worth $3,000. And once again, Tracy Fleury will have that last rock. Playing the blue stone, she'll need the 2 to score the money. Flat out mistake, Cheryl, by Fleury.
Yeah, she gave herself the chance for the carryover. You knew earlier in the end when she decided not to throw the center guard, she was going to set up for a possible deuce, that the risk could be the carryover. But then you had a pretty basic shot to make it. Mistake, and Russ and I were saying he might have really set it on that spot. It's straight, so any backward motion, it's not coming back.
It's a double story. Don't be wide in a straight spot. Don't be narrow in a swingy spot, and that's all it takes.
But I like the way she called it in. She didn't.
No. Yep. Got a cross center. Yep. Great shot, Don.
Great shot done. Dawn McEwen as she goes behind. Sits top 4.
Yeah.
If we had a nickel for every time Jennifer said that.
Well, and it's great for a couple reasons. It can't be tapped. It's too high up in the rings. It's buried almost perfectly. Because Tracy Fleury's team would like nothing more than to be able to tap that open stuff up, tap it to the back of the rings, but they can't.
Just top 4. Yep, right to it. Go. Yep. Great shot.
Good.
Nice shot.
51.
So late.
I do think I can feel what feels like a 5 to me, though. Do you agree?
For sure.
Okay, room here. Room locked on.
Back 4. T.
No. Close.
T line.
No.
Yeah.
Back 4
heavy off,
still.
yeah.
Back 8 almost.
Not the way to miss this one. You want to stay
Yeah,
in
back
front of
12.
that blue one.
Yeah, get it by. Yeah.
Back. And a little bit of junk there. If you're Fleury, you're saying, okay.
Do you like hack? Try to roll there.
What do you guys like? My gut was the freeze again, but
Like the freeze at all? Pardon? Do you like the freeze again?
just don't really want to. Or do we
They
have
might
to put it
guard
up
it.
yet?
Sorry? Then they might guard it. True. I don't mind the hack. Okay, you got it.
I think the hack, the mistake would be take the center guard, leave so they're available to run in here. So tick open even that yellow center.
Yeah. Hack.
That's why you see so many teams just play that first come around by not playing a come around. Just leave it wide open.
Whoa. Bump.
That's you're exactly right, Cheryl. That blue one's hurting them.
Yes. Whoa.
Now that was a very nice shot.
Boy, and leaves the shot rock under double cover.
Yeah. Even for just the weight.
Yeah.
It's just such a tricky spot for weight down here, and to throw the right weight, not overthrow it, and put the broom in the right spot. You get that finish when it gets close to the center. Well done.
Great roll, too.
That might be a hair light.
I don't think it's good.
Line's decent here. You got room. Room more. Wait if you can. It's nice. Gone. Lots of room.
Can wait.
Top 4.
Can wait. Or T-line.
Yeah, oh, well then.
We're behind it.
Anywhere above it. Yeah, go around it. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. No, 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 you're not by it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
You caught right in the middle.
Okay.
Try to get to nose.
Okay.
14-7, yes.
Just a little bit less. This is a 7, Trace.
Okay.
So picking up some
Men's games.
Yeah,
that we
Team
heard
Gushu
them.
identified it, and they threw it down to Jeff Walker, and they were trying to ice him tighter.
Whoa! Back line!
There's that off-center guard just
Selena!
needs to be negotiated.
Keep going. Go, 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 go,
You could tick that blue a little bit,
Oh, and
too.
she got to the nose, almost perfectly to the nose. And so they still sit now 2 under cover, and
Okay.
one sitting
Okay,
just
good.
top edge of the floor.
About a quarter. That one
Looking
really.
to bounce back here after giving up that
like
steal of $2,000.
If they knew they got a little high side, you see this blue as it's coming in, it just ticks it over as well.
It's close to a triple here. Guess who's throwing?
It allows right away, picked up by McEwen and Peterman. Oh, now it's just McEwen staying with it all the way. Got one and drove it right through the hole.
Okay.
Tight early in that one, I think. I don't think Caitlin quite got out to the broom.
So just went for it.
Top 4. Top 4. Sliding in.
They were trying to finish
I
everything.
see what
there,
you're
so I thought you
saying.
could
Bang
tie.
off of that one and then come across and get the one at the edge of the 8.
Heard Caitlin say under her breath, I should have gone for it, meaning take the risk of missing everything and hit it really thin, because that's the only way you're going to make it.
All you. Top 8.
Do they want to come down and corner freeze their own? Is this what the plan is here? Or where are they going?
Yeah, top 4.
Okay.
They don't need to get right corner frozen too, but top 4 is good just as long as you tuck it.
Tuck it in underneath.
Yep, and then there's no
You got it.
double.
We're just top 12.
Okay, you got it, they say. So fight the cush on the carry. And, oh, just to the top 12.
Came down on them.
That's not good, because it's hooked a little bit, and it just gives protection for Caitlin here to get one around.
There's just that little bit of, couple of grains of granite hiding underneath that yellow.
Which might be enough.
Room. Nice, good. Little bit line.
Normal game, missing light like that's pretty safe, because Jennifer might not play this shot because she doesn't want to give up 3 or 4. But she's thinking steal, and that rock's really helping them.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, there's a spot there, isn't there?
Good try, Caitlin.
We saw Peterman's. I mean, that just snuggles up beside Peterman's.
They're the fastest spot in the sheet right
That was
now.
my first draw of the game, but I thought you were light enough.
Okay, you got it.
I'm not really matching how it feels either.
A little more.
Nice, good. Top 8.
Nice, good. Fighting for.
You gotta go.
Yeah, top 12, top 8.
Line straight.
Need to move a little. Go if you need to. Hi, Kristen. Nice, good. Oh, just top 12. Just top 12. Go.
Trying to wrap this around again. Push and fight with the carry. Trying to get it there, and they will tuck a little bit of piece. Maybe half a stone in, and they are sitting the 2 for top 8. Out counts that one back edge of the 8.
Oh, just top 12. Just top 12. Go.
Okay.
And as soon as this stops, they're lining it up as if there is maybe a double here.
I just don't think right now that we can bury around. Do you think
Okay.
we can?
Not
It's
necessarily,
fresh.
No. Yeah. We're gonna have to go a little wider, but
Stay here.
Got to hair
You guys
that
like
top
this?
one.
Yeah?
Straw?
Yeah, she's got about half of
I don't
that
mind that.
top 8-foot stone.
It might jam, Cheryl. I don't know whether you can get enough of it to make the one I just drew.
I still think, like,
Play that come around. We just saw it with Caitlin. They've got a good feel for it.
What about coming off the, Cheryl, what about coming off their own yellow and rolling over to get to the back four where they want to get to anyway?
Yep, they could play that as well. They probably have seen this draw a little bit more. It would be more of a guess out there
I like
to play
this,
the hit
the
and
draw.
roll.
Okay.
I think this is wide enough where it'll hang forever, maybe till past the hog line, and then you'll get a little bit of a bite and get some curl.
Yeah, that's the consistency we've seen over the course of the yesterday, particularly yesterday, even on the Friday night when it was still, the ice was still a little green. You wait, and boy, it finishes late.
You're by. Whoa. Gotta go for speed.
This looks pretty good.
Looks really good.
Minutes to go.
Hard. Bury it.
And again, the judgment of McEwen and Peterman just to shut out Jones and just not listen to her and say, it's my rock, our rock, we'll judge it.
You're by. Whoa.
Hey, keep going. They don't need it. We need it for speed. So, Skipper, we'll take it.
Bury it.
Now, though, does Fleury have the in off? The one you pointed out, Vic.
I did.
That's all she has.
I would think so.
And he
I
said,
just didn't want to
yeah, I didn't.
throw it too.
Because that's why they didn't want it deep. I mean, they had to bury it, so that was kind of job number one. But
a little thicker than 3/4.
Yeah, I think 7/8 is close.
This might be here too. They're lined up pretty good. A little bit high side on the yellow. You hate to play a triple raise, but
Yeah, I
that
think
might
so.
be easier than this one.
Got it.
This one you got to throw pretty hard. They're both there. Better result if you make this one.
It's curling your hair more on
Okay,
these.
just off nose on this one with peel.
Yeah.
I think this is tight enough, sure. Well, it might curl a bit.
well, this is the struggle with that center line.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of success down it with hits. Everybody's struggling to figure out where to put the broom.
And that's where you have to hit it, so that's not a lot of ice.
Eight, 5.
Close!
Pipe backs right off now. It's all about the line call. And now will it stop? It does, and look at that. Look at how they are lined up under cover of that stone. Top 12.
Okay, nice.
It over curled on them too. If you watch this, if they keep brushing this, they would get that back one a lot more solid and kill that yellow one, but it rolling underneath's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought at one point it was going to leave a pocket.
I think that's max.
It's almost the same shot Jennifer just threw, isn't it?
Pretty close.
Hair left, Caitlin, I
tighter.
think.
Tightening it up now with that stone gone. She has a little bit more room.
That's light, you got it.
Oh, out of her hand. She says it's light. Jones.
Where are you? Gotta go,
They pick her up right away.
Line
Peterman,
straight, guys.
McEwen.
Hard.
It's all up to them now where this goes.
Foot on, go. Never off. Hard line.
Never off.
Hard line. Just tight.
Again.
Okay, sorry, guys.
And it is going to come up light, and that will mean the skin and the $3,000 goes to Tracy Fleury. No need to throw her last. So that's a nice bounce back after giving up that steal of 2. We're separated now by $1,000. Final stone, great draw. Jones to sit covered. Nothing. Courtney Weagle, angle it back. Got it. You bet she does. Wonderful way to start this women's final.
Yep, hard!
Want to bang the blue right on the feet. Miscue says, bang, bang, touch them all, and back it up. Oh, goodness. Rachel Holman is the women's winner. Well, she was and is the defending champion, of course, but she was not here. You would have expected Rachel Holman to be in the Skins game, of course, but she had to play in Ontario, the Ontario Playdowns, and last night a 6-4 win over Julie Tippin fills out the Ontario bracket. And it also means now that their wild card teams are Einarson and Scheidegger. Casey Scheidegger had to wait to see, in fact, Holman would win. If she didn't, then Holman would have grabbed that wild card spot and Tippin. But Holman did. Scheidegger's in as we slowly fill out the field with 2 spots remaining. And of course, we'll be in Sydney February 15th through the 24th, starting on the Friday night with that wild card. As we welcome you back. So $3,000 skin, another $3,000 up for grabs here in 4. And it will be Jones with has last rock. She'll look to score the 2 playing the Yellowstones. And as mentioned, on February 15th, Friday at 6:30 Eastern Time, we will have Carrie Einarson against Casey Scheidegger. We saw them both here. We'll see them both to kick off the Scotties in Sydney. Just in.
Maybe 11.
Rarely, if ever, do we see that mistake. From Dawn McEwen.
Well, it was a tough one. She had to hit and probably hit it absolutely perfectly dead on to not be in. She only rolled a 1/4 inch or so, but that was enough. Makes a big difference.
It's fast to the wing, actually. It's better. Okay, I'll give it to you guys.
The traditional corner guard situation here.
Haven't seen a lot of movement play to the wings at all.
Line's good. Right here. I'd like it to finish, Josh.
Caitlin's rock. Wait if you can,
Wait
guys.
as you can, yeah, as long as you can. Right here.
Pretty tight to the center line, which could block Jennifer's out-turn draw to the button. Get it as deep as you can.
Keep going. Nice spot, Don. Good.
Draw an imaginary line from that yellow into the button. That's basically the draw path with that much curls. Not ideal. What did you do with those, Cheryl? Did you just take less ice and get them farther over, or did you try to get them really deep?
I tried to get them really deep.
T-line.
Okay, well then.
Getting better.
Still
T-line.
no line.
Here it goes.
We're back. 4.
Okay. Still lots of line.
Line's
That's
getting
coming
better.
out of
It's
it.
curling
Still
now.
there. If anything, just Kristen a little
Still
bit at
there.
the end, maybe. 14-3.
Back button.
Good. Good.
Think we got to throw here to stick it.
Okay.
Or do you guys like the run roll?
I like this.
Okay.
You know, look at these 2 teams. If Jennifer wasn't Team Canada, this might have been your Manitoba final.
Exactly. A tough province.
Yep. Really hard. Really hard.
Jocelyn
guys.
Peterman.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
As it just walks the line.
Double hard.
And we'll touch it and enough.
Okay.
And to spill it out the back. You were with us on Friday. There wasn't much action in the house, and the Stones seemed a little bit more dead, but that really picked up yesterday.
Yeah, that's been much better since that first game. Not exactly what Jen wanted. She was trying to roll, but pretty good plan B to at least get shot stone off the button. And now your stone is left up front. Whatever is made here, you have your own to run back in.
A little bit of room. Top 4. Close. Yep. Line's good. Top 4. Still room, guys. Line's good. Top 4. Yep. Good. Okay, you're fine.
Line's good.
Yep. 4 foot. 4 foot. Yep. Hard.
Here's Mike. Very nice draw. Around the center guard sits top edge of the 4.
Okay, so like that.
Looking to steal this skin of $3,000.
Okay.
You got it, Jess.
Could try and cross just slightly with the out turn. So you don't leave a center guard exactly, but you can kind of clip the back blue one and then roll the stone you're advancing.
No roll. Yeah, a little bit. No roll. Okay.
Okay, guard. 2.5.
Okay, you got it. It's really nice here. Yeah.
This is not a typical skins in. We see rocks, everything to the 4 foot, rocks, no corner guards. Now it's the opposite. Open corners.
It's an interesting situation, though, because you throw the center guard. Jennifer in a normal game would keep playing that run back, try to open things up, but she might loop right around that thing. It's high enough you could probably get 3/4 buried.
2.5.
So if the guard's a little offline, you never know.
A little bit at the end. 3. Pretty tight. Yep, go Kristen. Yep. Right over. Right over. Yep, hard.
Go,
Yep,
get
yep,
it center.
yep,
Go, go,
hard,
go, go,
hard,
go, go,
hard,
go, go, go.
hard, hard. Good shot.
Okay.
They're going to play the run back, but they guarded the wrong side. Caitlin could play soft weight and roll this way. If the blue one had been over a little bit farther, then they'd have to roll that way, and it would be wide open. But they might take a go at it.
Run it back. Oh, goodness.
Sorry, Caitlin, my bad.
Oh.
I mean, accepting responsibility is Jones.
Tough one. Good throw.
But I mean, how difficult is that? You know, it's funny. I used to always I mentioned this before. The adage about the baseball: you take a round ball with a round bat, and you have to hit it squarely.
Yes.
Right. Same thing
Yes.
here, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 round objects. Where do you hit it?
Yeah, 3.
Well, you know, we've got the overhead camera, and you watch it come into the frame, and it's like, why can't you do that? But Caitlin's 146 feet away trying to make that.
The frustration is she threw it well enough to make it, but you know what? There's a lot of times where you don't, and the skip gets the best out of it by a different call or a plan B. So
Yeah, if you tip the front, the shooter should roll
you
it
see Jen
anyway.
miss those line calls very often.
This shot, I thought they'd try last one. This one's even more buried, but they're going to give it a go. Concept here is you roll anywhere, it could be buried. Even if you tick the guard, you could be buried with Caitlin's rock here. That could set up your 2.
Just back down. Yes, hard. Hard to the hack. Hard.
Peterman. McEwen. Like a magnet, it's drawn. It's going at that blue. And
That's
there's
good,
that
Caitlin.
little
Real
rub,
good.
the roll.
Really good audible to try and save it.
And it'll spin, and yes, hang on as it spins on itself and comes back. Back 12.
That's a big deal.
Really good call.
Shots are what you're supposed to finish.
Just there.
Just missed it.
So I don't want them to hit
Should
this
have
one
probably
early.
just
Guard it twice, Cheryl, because Jennifer's got an angle raise there for her, too.
split them.
All right.
Okay, Trace.
Okay. 2.5.
Okay.
3's not bad.
Okay. So like a 35.
I think that out.
35, yeah.
Then how you release it if you put it
There's a
back.
fine line
Maybe just a little
inside the 4 foot.
You want like biting center? Yeah. Again, yeah. Okay. Okay, got it.
Well, let it work. Let it work. 2.
Just a 2.
Higher than yours. Kristen's gonna need to finish. Wait for it.
2.5 at the end.
Okay, go. Yep.
Just 2.
Hide over. Hide over. Yep.
Just a 2.
As far as it'll go.
You need to cover it, or at least hide some of it. That was excellent brushing, boy, to get it that far. Looked like it had no chance. You seem to be a little...
Same kind of weight.
You seem to have a little bit of question of guarding it twice so much. Why was that?
Well, if Jennifer wrecks here, which she probably won't, she'll probably make it, but if she wrecks, do you replace it? Because if you do, there's that yellow one just to the right of Caitlin that could be run in for the possible 2. So I'd be tempted to maybe draw for 2, and at least you have the carryover.
Okay, and there's that reason why, Cheryl, you say that spin on itself at the back is so important. You sort of ignore that back here because we always race to the 4, but There's the potential second point.
That could be the skin. And the guard for Tracy didn't quite come up enough, and it's long. So you just saw Caitlin's come down here, and it curled. So it's a pretty good chance to get this.
Again, watch that center line.
It's wider than Caitlin's.
Picked up right away, though. Here they go. Conceding with it. Now called off. All about the line call.
Really gotta go.
No flirting with the guard. Gotta go. No roll, she says. No roll, she says. But it will roll too far. But it hangs around. However, the shot rock, look at where it is now, behind that stone. Maybe just showing a little piece out in the hole. But an opportunity here, going back to what you said, a chance to draw for two.
In this path.
Yeah, and
It's not as
because
good.
the blue one's buried, it's a little bit of a safer situation now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Jennifer was definitely wider out of her hand than they jumped it.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought it was light.
Yeah, I didn't hear a weight call, which was interesting. I heard Caitlin say whoa when Jen released because of exactly that. But then they were on it.
It's probably the trickiest spot in the sheet.
Okay.
I like a
410.
Yeah. Yeah. Between a 10 and a 15.
Oh, this is a great opportunity.
Okay, Trace, you got it.
This same shot was missed by Jennifer Jones last night, where it hung on her and actually wrecked on the yellow guard. Be patient to maybe wait a while if you're brushing.
I think we're all there right now.
Whoa, Kristen.
Top 4, T-line.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Line's good. Half in the 4. All you. Line's good.
All you.
Curly now.
Kristen McCush,
Close,
Liz
top
Fife,
4.
all you.
Line's great. All you. All you. Line's
Keep
really
the
good.
curl a little.
15.
Sweden negative
Keep
on
the curl a
the
bit.
line call.
Got a curl, Liz. Yep.
And Liz now, Fife, trying to help it over that little bit, and they'll drag it. Center line, top edge of the 4. And sitting the 2, needing the 1 for the skin.
Just about perfect.
Good shot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how else to get in. Yeah.
Do you,
3/4?
is there a double there? Angle double.
We're not shot.
I think there is.
There is.
It's you could come through that blue port, but that's a small one. And then you're not shot rock, Cheryl.
Wow, look at this. The raise, angle, double. And what did we say? That was the stone that was put there by Don McEwen, and that actually was blocking the draw path, remember?
It was. Tracy couldn't have put her stone in a better spot.
Yet she's could be in trouble here.
Yeah, Jennifer noses the top when she's not going to be shot, so the double has to be made.
Yeah. Perfect rock position. And you couldn't take away everything, and you left her the toughest shot for sure.
Yep. Whoa! Yes! Whoa! No!
Called off. Coming up. Angle it back. Going to get 1. Yes. And that's all as the race stone spins away. And Fleury has battled back. Picking up the steal. So both now have steals. We're at the break. And Fleury has the lead.